and welcome to my very first review on SuzieVision. So today I am going to be reviewing the MPOW M30 Plus headphones. Now, full disclosure, I was provided with these headphones for the purpose of reviewing them, but I have not been given any financial incentives otherwise. Literally just provided with the headphones. These headphones actually retail, I believe, for around about $50 on Amazon, but when I looked it up the other day, you could get them for about £30 because they were on offer. So just to give you an idea of price range of these headphones. Now, a few stats about the headphones. They are fully wireless, so there's no band connecting the two. So if you will, they're a bit like Airpods. And I have previously used Airpods. They've been the only truly wireless headphones that I'd used prior to this. They do use Bluetooth 5.0. Translation, for anyone that doesn't know what that means it is low energy Bluetooth. So because these are self-powered, they're going to barely use any power from your phone. In fact, they'll use less power than if you just had a regular pair of headphones connected. And that's because they're self-powered. And because Bluetooth 5.0 is low energy Bluetooth. It also means it's a better Bluetooth connection between the two earpieces. Approximate range is 10 meters. Why most people would have the headphones further than 10 meters away from their phone or their iPad or whatever they're using, don't know, beyond me. But there you go. Now they quote it takes 4 hours to charge them. I believe that is taking the charging case up from 0 to 100. And in terms of battery length, the headphones themselves quoted at 5 hours, which I believe is approximately the same length of time as AirPods are quoting. And the case holds 95 hours worth of battery. That's right, 95 hours worth of battery. Like, that's insane. Comparison, AirPods, it's 24 hours, I think, of battery. So this is like completely crazy how much battery is in these. And they do have touch controls. So in the box, which I have already opened, you get a charging cable. Now it is a USB charging cable, so you can plug it into your iPhone charger, Samsung charger, whatever USB charger you like, because it is just a regular USB charger. And it actually, the connection on it to charge the case is USB-C, which is what the current generation of Samsung phones is using, what the current Mac computers all use, USB-C. So it's like the newest version of USB that it's using. And then this is the case. So this is quite a hefty case for headphones, it has to be said. When I'm comparing it to my AirPod case, it feels like it's about double the weight. Whether it is or not, I don't know. I haven't actually weighed it, but it feels like that. That's because it's got a big battery in this case. One of the features of it, yeah, you can actually see down here, there's this little panel, and if I lift that up, do this one-handed, if I lift that up there, you can actually see there's the USB-C charging port, and there's actually another USB port. That's because you can use it as a backup travel battery, and that, I think, is, if you're traveling, possibly one of the really cool features about these headphones is that you can use this case as an emergency source of power for your phone. The capacity of the battery in this is 2,600 milliamps. That is the same as like a small USB charger. So for anyone that's got, what are they called? Those ones that you change at Disney. But I have. This is ridiculous. The ones that you get the free changes on at Disney. I can't think what it's called right now. That looks like a battery. That size one. So, if you normally carry one of those around, don't need to if you've got this. So I am someone that sometimes has to, if I'm on my own in theme parks or in the supermarket or something, I have to put headphones in because it's too much for me otherwise. So sometimes I'll do that, mostly to block out the sound of people around me. So the fact that I don't have to carry around a battery pack and this, super useful. When we open the case up, dun dun dun, it goes straight into pairing mode and it will connect to the last device you've connected to. Now, the first time I got this out of the box, it was already in pairing mode. I actually went into settings, went to Bluetooth, connected it, took a couple of seconds, and they were paired up. And then if I close the lid, it switches them off. And if I open up, it does it again. Now, you can manually power them off. I guess that is if you were someone that keeps them outside of the case. But, I mean, I've been using Airpods for, what was it now? About 2.5 years. And it might even be 3 years. And I have never kept my AirPods outside of the case, like, ever. Like, they're either in my ears or they're in that case. So I'm not sure why you'd want to keep them out of the case. I don't know why you need to switch them off if they're outside of the case, but it's a feature. You can do it if you want to. And there they are there. Now, the circles that are on them that you'll see occasionally flash, that is where the multi-touch panel is. So when I've got them in my ears, the way it's set up is left ear I can play and pause, I can skip backwards, and the right ear I can play and pause and skip forwards. You can also answer calls, hang up calls, and you can also activate Siri or your voice control assistant from them as well. I tested those all out, seemed to work pretty good, so hey, does what it says. The one thing that I was very aware of is because of where the thing is. So if I take one out, here we go. If I take one out and I put it in my ear, like so, there we go. This is weird because now I'm hearing myself. Hey, there we go. I found that I would accidentally activate play when I was putting them in my ears. And I get an assortment of wonderful Disney music coming up. Every now and again I'd get You've Got a Friend in Me, as it's like they're talking to me. It's a bit annoying when that happens, but you tap it once and it stops, so it's not a big deal. Also in the box you get the different sized earpieces. So they've got small, medium and large, and then you also get 2 different size wing tips. These are designed to keep it actually in your ear. They kind of clip just onto this side part of the ear. I found I straight out of the box put them in, they fit me. I'm usually with most headphones like the medium size anyway, so that wasn't necessarily a shock to me that would be the case. I think these are the large fins though. I haven't tried it with the medium fins to see how that fits. But not once have I thought they were going to fall out. They have always been quite secure in my ear. And I have been like doing all this with them. I've been sleeping on my side. Well, not actually sleeping, but like lying on my side watching a film and had them in. When I did that, it didn't activate the touch panel, but if there was moisture on the pillow because I just washed my hair and I was then lying on it, then it did activate. So something to watch out for. I did read a review that someone put where they were like, when I wear them in the shower, they always activate. Don't wear your Bluetooth headphones in the shower. Get a waterproof speaker. That's all I'm saying. I don't know why you'd do that. Like, that's mad to me. They do magnetize into the case, so you can't really put them in wrong. They do really only fit in one way. And I was I didn't quite know how this was going to work because on the AirPods the charging bit's concealed, but on these ones you can actually see the metal conductive panels for where it charges. I haven't noticed that at all when it's been in my ears, but that's what they're doing. They do have a microphone built in as well, and I want to demonstrate that. Now, I haven't actually made a phone call to see if people have heard me okay, because what I wanted to do was use the microphone to do part of the sound on this video. So I'm going to go away for a second and come back, and then the audio will be from the microphone on the headphones, and you can see what you think of the microphone compared to right now I'm using the front mic on my phone. So for those that don't know which one that is, that's the one that is in what you think is the earpiece when you've got your phone held up to your ear. Be right
All
back.
right, so this is me now recording with the microphone on the headphone. What you'll also notice is when they're in, they're quite subtle. They're not like the AirPods where they're kind of like hanging down. But if you look at me from the side, you can very clearly see them in. You're not going to miss that they're there. What else can I say about these? So I've been using these for about 4 or 5 days now, and I've been watching movies, listening to music, trying to test out all the things. I'm one of these people that also listens to chiropractic videos, just to give you an idea of what sounds I've been hearing, and everything sounds really, really good. Um, I have been pleasantly surprised by these headphones. Like, if I had bought these headphones, would I be happy? Yes, I would. Um, there are a lot of features that they don't have that the AirPods have. One of the things that's kind of annoying is they do connect super, super quickly as long as you've got one device. I regularly use my headphones with both my phone and my iPad and switch between them like multiple times a day. And each time I have to go to the device they were connected to last, press disconnect, then go into the settings on the one that I want to use and hit connect. That may sound really trivial to people about how long that takes, but if I compare that to my AirPods, when I put them in, I literally just press connect on the new device. Done. Don't have to worry about disconnecting them from the old one. So that was a little thing that was kind of irritating about them. Otherwise, super pleased. Um, they don't have the ability to customize what the touch sensitive things do. So if you've ever used AirPods or not, you'll know you can go into the settings, click on your AirPods and change. Like when you tap once, it does this, and when you tap twice, it does this. You can't do that on these headphones. So the settings are what the settings are. Um, yeah, I mean, I've really enjoyed using them. I'm going to take one out here because I can't hear myself talking properly. It's too weird. So that is actually something to mention. They do work in mono mode as well. So if you do just want to listen to one, or what I think of as a Susie special is I've been using them so long that I run out of power and need to recharge them. Put one in the case, let it charge, and then switch them back over. You can do that. The audio is perfectly fine. The microphones will still work. It just flips to the sound on one. You don't have to do anything fiddly for that. It just happens automatically, which is pretty cool. The case itself does have four LEDs on. Now this looked a little bit confusing, and I read some reviews that were a bit confusing about what the lights meant, and then I started using them, and I was like, oh, it's actually a lot more obvious than you think it is. So when the headphones are in and they're charging, the first LED and the last LED will light up to symbolize that the headphones are in and they're charging. When you then open the case up, you will then see the four LEDs light up there. That's because it's fully charged. Each LED corresponds with 25% worth of power. So if one is on, it's got between 0 and 5% left, 2, 25 to 50, 3, 50 to 75, and 4, 75 to 100. Fairly straightforward. No, it didn't confuse me too much, but the reviews did make it sound super, super confusing. The warranty on these as standard is a year, but if you have ordered them off Amazon, there's a little card in the box, and if you register your purchase within, I think, the first 14 days, I think it is, um, you can extend the warranty for 2 years free of charge. So just worth knowing, if you do buy these headphones, you're gonna want to do that. MPOW, they do have their own website you can buy them from, or essentially buy them from Amazon. Um, that seems to be their most recommended retailer for them. Um, and yeah, as I say, I was actually really impressed by these. I'm a huge fan of my AirPods. I don't go anywhere without them. Um, and I've got the original one, so I was like really interested to see how they compared because AirPods are a lot more expensive than these headphones. If you've got the money to buy AirPods, I would still buy the AirPods. I think some of the features on them, like one of my favorite features is the when you take one out, it automatically pauses. I mean, when you take one out, you might accidentally press the thing and then it pauses, but it's not automatic. You have actually done something to trigger it. So there were little things like that that they sound really trivial, but when you're actually using them all the time, you notice them that they're not there. And I certainly noticed they weren't there on these. These aren't noise cancelling, they are noise isolating though, which is why I had to take them out. Um, so everything, all the sounds around you do sound muffled. When you're wearing the regular AirPods, so not the actual in-ear ones, um, it's with those ones you can actually hear your ambient sound perfectly fine. So sometimes what I'll be doing, walking along, I go into a shop, I tap them to pause them, but I get to keep them in my ear. These I would have to take out if I was interacting with someone. Like, there's no way around that. I wouldn't be able to hear people properly. So on the one hand, great because it's noise isolating. On the other, annoying because it's noise. But everyone's preference is different on that one. That was just something from where I've used them that I just got used to doing, just keeping them in my ear and hitting pause and talking to people and being able to hold a full conversation. So yeah, would I recommend buying them? I would certainly have been very happy with my purchase. I bought them. I think they're good value for money. But if you have the money to get something like AirPods, I would get the AirPods just for those added features. Um, Also worth knowing, because this is something where people didn't used to think of it before. I just go, oh, my headphones are broken, I'll just buy a new pair, which is really not good for the environment. Like with AirPods, with these, you can actually just buy the individual ones. Um, so if I've lost my right ear piece, I could just go on the website and I could purchase just the right one. Similarly, I could just purchase the case. From what I can tell, there isn't anything particularly linking them to each other other than when you reset them. Um, so that doesn't look like it'd be particularly complicated to sort that out. And yeah, that's I think that's pretty much every feature of these headphones covered. On the boxes they're like, oh, the bass is amazing. If you care about audio, then you're probably not going to be buying these headphones anyway. You're probably going to be buying some really high-end headphones. But if you just want to make sure you can listen to music, you're interested in getting a pair of Bluetooth headphones, not sure what the fuss is about, it's certainly a good start as a place to as a pair to get. Um, they feel like they're pretty good quality. The case, there's a little bit of movement going on there, but it's fairly hefty. It doesn't feel bad. Just plastic. Um, yeah. plastic case with a lid. There's certainly more weight in the bottom of the case than the top of the case. Um, oh, one thing that else that I was going to say, um, and a lot of people don't realize this, and this is where it's really important about looking at where you're buying your headphones from. Um, Check what the return policy is on headphones. Everyone is super individual on headphones. Um, what works for one person might not work for another. I know that um, I found headphones super comfy that like my sister hasn't found comfy, and vice versa. If you're spending any kind of money on them, you want to make sure that you can return them if you just don't get on with them, as opposed to if they're not working. Now, with MPOW, they actually do a 60-day no quibble return policy. So you want to make sure you're buying it from somewhere that does honor that process. Um, if you are buying any pair of headphones though, and you go into a store, find out if you can try them in the store, and if you can't, find out if you can return them. Some stores have a really good return policy. I know Apple, for example, have a 2-week return policy, and you can return them for any reason. That's what I did when I was buying my AirPods. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get on with these. I'm going to get them and then bring them back within the 14 days if my ears don't get on with them. Because you put them on for 5 minutes and they're like, oh yeah, they're comfortable. And then after like a longer period of time, you're like, actually, this is beginning to really irritate part of my ear for some reason. Because I wear glasses, I don't like the clip on, the ones that clip over your ears, because it just rubs against my glasses. So I can't really wear those if I'm also wearing. So just a tip, with these it shouldn't be a problem because I say they've got that 60-day no quibble return policy. Um, but yeah, thanks to MPOW for providing me with these headphones to review. And have a wonderful day. Be kind to each other. Enjoy the sunshine. And I hope everyone is staying nice and safe with all the quarantine stuff going on and all that nastiness of which we do not speak because we all are fully aware of it. Have a great day.